Hey everybody, it's your girl Bondy Blue, and I want you to check out Bondy's Boutique and get some of my merch, y'all. I've added some new things like my mermaid cups and the mermaid tees, and also the Shake Them Tits mugs. All right, you asked for it and you got it. Check out Bondy's merch at Bondy's Boutique. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondy Blue, and I am back for another 911 review, you guys. They were off last week and we back on it, okay? I think it was last week that they was off. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into my notes, okay? So, the episode starts off and we see this widower and his two kids, a teenage girl and like a younger boy, middle school maybe. And they're moving into a brand new house. Like, it's all nostalgic, and we're missing mom, who looks like she might have died of cancer or something. Everyone's excited for the new home, okay? The little boy runs upstairs into what is probably his bedroom, and then there's an explosion, and then another explosion, and it seems as if a gas main must have broken, because they were having all these explosions in people's homes and down the streets, and then all of a sudden this man's house blows up. He gets on the phone to call 911, and it says the user you are trying to reach is not available at this time. And we like, this the right number. What is this shit? Like, I have never heard of 911 not being like, you know, available to someone. So it really makes you feel like digital was not the way to go. Like, I can't say enough how much I do not prefer digital over analog. Like, analog is there, it's real, it's, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's more tangible, whereas digital, it's offline. It's offline and you're fucked. So I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. But yeah, 911 is unavailable. And this man has his son inside this house, and he could possibly be hurt, dying on fire. We don't know, okay? So then we see Chimney and we see Maddie. Maddie is having breakfast with Buck. Chimney is talking to Hen, and they're both talking about how they're just gonna move on and go on with the first date that they were supposed to have if it wasn't for Jennifer Love, Huge Tits, real husband, aka about to be ex-husband on the show, crazy ass psychopathic dude that used to beat her. All right, everybody kept saying it, and I'm like, have I never said that I know that that's her husband? Like, I remember when they used to be in the client list together, and that was around the time that they got together. So I know who Jennifer Love Hewitt's husband is, baby, okay? Because I love Jennifer Love Hewitt, so I in general keep up with her. But yeah, anyway, Chimney is tidying up, okay? Like your girl off Netflix, folding things, you know, feeling clothing that doesn't make him happy and then destroying it and throwing it away and thanking it for its service. Like, he's just trying to be positive. And Maddie, not as positive, but still trying to move on, okay? They want to go on this date, but Hen and Buck feel like it's too soon. They need time to heal from the catastrophic events that took place last episode, okay? So Bobby is talking to Athena's son Harry's class, okay? It's all this excitement in the trucks, and we put out fires and we save lives. And Michael overhears Harry bragging to his friend about his new dad, and how, you know, when the earthquake happened, all him and his dad did was give out water, like trying to shit on his dad because he's not a firefighter and all of this. So obviously Michael is going to be feeling some type of way this episode, okay? Maddie gets back to work, and then all the computers cut out. So now they have to go back to the analog. Now they have to go back to looking at actual maps to figure out where people are, because without the digital system, they aren't able to pinpoint where somebody is as quickly, okay? And, you know, it's just, everybody's like, oh my God, old school, what is this? And I'm like, that's why I don't like that they teach everybody digital now. Everything is taught in this mindset instead of being taught in the mindset of what if all this shit goes away suddenly. And we know when there are blackouts, power outages, shit ain't digital no more. Digital requires electricity, okay? So, you know, that's another reason why I ain't really here for, you know, the power used to go out back in the day. You had analog, your analog probably was still connected, your box was just off. Nowadays, when you try to turn that shit back on, it takes so long to come back up, all of this spinning and shit, like I'm buffering to get online or something. It's just ridiculous, all right? I mean, I don't miss the old days of AOL or anything, like dial-up. I don't miss that. But like right before they went to analog, right before they left analog and went to digital, I felt like we were in a sweet spot, and I was so upset about it. So the FBI comes. The FBI seemed like a bunch of little nerdy fucking, youngsters that think they know something, okay? They come in there and they're like, we think it's cyber terrorism, okay? The Russians. And it's just kind of like, how do you know that it wasn't a technical issue? They keep shutting down, okay, the tech guy, Terry. Terry kept trying to tell them, well, it might be this. And they're like, no, it's probably cyber terrorism. Stay out of it. It's just like, y'all mad disrespectful, ain't y'all? Little young asses. So little couple having a baby, okay? They in the hotel lobby, in the middle of the lobby, and they trying to call 911. It's not working. It's taking so long for the fire trucks to get there. At this point, Bobby and the rest of the crew are just driving around town trying to make sure they can be as close to the action as possible. Now, at first, the couple wasn't able to get through, but then it redirected to 911. I guess whatever the analog shit must have kicked in and it redirected. So when they did get the 911 call center online, the dispatcher, who is not familiar with the city as much as she should be, it seems, got the wrong address, okay? It was 3 different streets with the same name, and she picked the wrong one, okay? Sent the fire truck to a dilapidated building or some shit in the middle of the nowhere. And Maddie was the one that was like, okay, no, there are 3. You need to go to the one on the corner of this and that. And so they rushed over there and like, what took you so long? I'm so sorry, sir. Like, okay, obviously there are issues, sir. Obviously there are issues. That's what took us so long. Like, I can't. So Sonia, the mother, she's about to have this baby, and she's the one that is, having to keep her husband calm and tell him that everything's gonna be okay. But then all of a sudden she's like, something's wrong with the baby. Something's wrong with the baby. I shouldn't be having this baby. I'm too old, because she's 38, so she's a geriatric pregnancy. Don't nobody like being called geriatric when they're 38, but you know what? Fuck it, we gonna roll with it. Bobby and Hen and everybody are, around this woman, and they like, no, okay, Hen specifically. Hen was the one that actually ended up delivering her baby, okay? No, I got this, okay? I know what I'm doing, Sonia. We gonna be all right, Sonia, okay? Just push, Sonia. That's all I need you to do. Just push. So she pushes the baby out. Everybody thinks that everything is cool, sigh of relief. Oh, the baby all right, so beautiful, little forehead and hair, everything. And then we see Sonia pass out. And so Hen and everybody see that, she's not responsive, so they start doing CPR and compressions. And they did that all the way to the hospital, and she never started breathing again. And the doctor who was at the ER was like, y'all gotta call it. Like, if she hasn't been responsive, you haven't heard a heartbeat in 15 minutes, call it. And so Hen gets down, and the dad comes over, and he's crying, and he's holding his baby, and he's like, I really didn't think that I could do this without you, but I know I'll have to. And he kisses her, and he puts the baby on her chest. As soon as that baby hit the chest, they got a heartbeat. Boom, boom. I was like, and then the mama was responsive again, and they brought her to the hospital, and she was all right. And it was a miracle. And Hen had a nervous breakdown because she was trying so hard to keep that lady alive, and having to watch that lady actually die broke her heart, and then they brought her back to life. Lord, Hen didn't know what they had to hold her up. It was too much. Charlie was too much for me. I was crying. I was all in my emotions during that scene. So they get back to the fire station, and Bobby sees Harry there. He's like, what you doing here? He ran away from his dad. Before Bobby could even call Michael, Michael is walking into the building pissed, okay? Like real pissed, like almost reminding us of Kenny from Soul Food series, okay? Because y'all know he played, okay, never mind. If y'all wasn't there, I don't know what to tell y'all, all right? Michael comes in, let's go, Harry, get in the car. So they start to walk. And Bobby's like, Michael, hey, Michael. And Michael's ignoring him. And he turns around and he's like, you know what, this is all your fault, Bobby, okay? Before you came into my son's life, he wanted to play with toys and read books and play with video games. And now he wants to set fire to the neighbor's fucking lawn so that he could try to put the fire out. Because apparently your life is the only one worth having, Bobby. Okay? And Bobby's like, like, that's not my intention. I had no idea. I can't believe he did that. I'll talk to him. No, you won't talk to him, okay? I'm his daddy, all right? No matter how much you're trying to act like you're my son's father, because I'm not around all the time, that is my son. I will handle it. Walks away. Bobby's taken aback, okay? We thought we was cool, baby. It was a lot of emotion. So Chimney is on leave right now. So he happens to be at home watching the news when he sees that first family we talked about at the very beginning of the episode starts to see the neighborhood is in flames and it's on the news, but for some reason nobody could get in touch with 911 to send them that way. So Chimney gets Buck on the phone, and Buck tells Bobby they turn the fire truck around and they head over there to that neighborhood, the Heaney Park, all right? And y'all, it was crazy. They had so many houses on fire, so many fires in the middle of the street. This girl was driving down the street and one of the gas mains came up and she hit a car, and it was just like pandemonium, okay? Pandemonium. On top of that, that was the only fire truck that could get to that area at the time, so they were handling all of that by themselves. But Chimney, being a real one that he is, called another station and got them to come over and help, and got them to get them helicopters that spray all the water and shit. So eventually the fire is gonna get put out. But in the meantime, in between time, you got the crew out there trying to save this little boy's life. Eddie is the one that decided to crawl up the damn building to get in there and get that little boy. And at one point, the fire was raging so hard, it seemed as if he had passed out. But then those helicopters with the water came and sprayed the shit. And then here we come, Eddie busting out the door with the little boy. And the little boy starts talking. And we like, oh, thank you, Jesus. We ain't need to see nobody die. Lord have mercy. Y'all, it was almost the exact same situation on The Resident. And then somebody died. Not this situation, the one with the pregnancy. The pregnancy situation. Dying in childbirth, and it wasn't a happy ending on The Resident. Now, I don't review the Resident, but I watch The Resident every week. I love that show. Okay, The Resident, New Amsterdam, okay, The Fix. What else I watch? The one with Morris Chestnut. Okay, I watch all those. Okay, all those be my shows. All right, but especially The Resident. I love The Resident. So yeah, y'all, it was sad, but it was a similar storyline. But on 911, thank you, Jesus, we get a happy ending. I don't need no more tears. I don't need no more tears, Jesus. So when it's all said and done, Madison is back at the 911 call center, and she and Terry and the rest of the 911 dispatchers that we normally see, the supervisor, the other guy who trained her, you know, they all standing there because they got something to say to the fucking teenagers masquerading as FBI agents and cybersecurity. Okay, and Maddie was like, I noticed something about one of the addresses for the low priority fire that we got a call about earlier. Well, it wasn't so low priority. So I talked to Terry about it. Terry, take it over. Because they kept shutting Terry down the whole episode. So Terry was like, well, actually, that's the address where our main power and our main facility, all our equipment is at that address. What seemed to have happened was our backup generator got overheated and then knocked everything else out, and that's how he was offline. So it wasn't no Russia, no cyber terrorism, none of that shit. And nobody ever thought to check the main electrical wiring for the 911 call center. I mean, who's managing this place? Like, okay, like I'm just saying, but y'all should have let Terry do his job, okay? Y'all would not let Terry do his job. Now, Madison is getting ready to go home to go and get ready for her date, and she realizes that she has not called to make a reservation. And her co-worker tells her, Madison, you need time to heal. I know you think that you can just jump back up, but if you were physically hurt, you would need time to heal. Why do you think you don't need time to heal from this crazy shit? You almost died, you know? And it really took that moment for her to realize that she's not ready. She's not ready. So she and Chimney end up eating dinner together at his apartment, you know, a bowl of pasta. And Maddie expresses having to move forward when all she wants to do is get in the bed and sleep until the world makes sense again. He says that he's not doing good either. She also says that now she hates her apartment because every time she comes home, she has to pass through that breezeway and see, you know, him laying there bleeding out on the ground thinking that he was dead. Like, she's still, you know, very much affected by what happened. And then Chimney tells her about his experience. You know, he was out trying to get his mail, I guess, and one of his neighbors was walking up behind him, and he turns around and he don't know who was more freaked out, him or the neighbor. Okay, so neither one of them are in a good place right now, and they need to take care of themselves. And Maddie is like, you know, I should go. And he says, wait a minute, this is not like forever, right? Just for right now. And she was like, yeah, just for right now. And I'm just like, oh man, I'm just, you know, because you feel like it might not work out, and we went through so much to get here with Chimney and Maddie. So I'm really holding out for them, and I'm just sad. I'm just sad. Fucking crazy crazy ass real husband slash fake ex-husband. I can't. Okay, so y'all look, Athena gets home. She recognized that the neighbor's yard is fucked up. She wants to know what's going on with that. Then her son Harry is in the kitchen cooking waffles and shit. So I'm guessing he's trying to sweeten his way out of punishment for setting the neighbor's lawn on fire, all right? So Michael goes back to the fire station to apologize to Bobby. He says he shouldn't have done that, especially at the fire station. And then he explains how he heard Harry bragging about Bobby. And Bobby says he understands, and Harry runs to him because he's not the dad. And he doesn't really push hard with the kids because the last thing he wants to hear is, "You're not my dad," because it reminds Bobby that he's nobody's dad anymore and that his kids are gone as well. So he's overcompensating. And he knows he's not Michael. He's not trying to be Michael, but he knows that he's going to have to eventually put his foot down with the kids. And then Michael shares with him that him and his boyfriend not together no more. And he hasn't told Athena because, I mean, you break up y'all whole life and leave this woman who you love so much for a man, and then y'all don't even stay together. But I feel like it wasn't even about the specific man. It was about the fact that I needed to be with a man. Okay, so I don't think Athena is gonna actually feel no type of way. Really, she might a little bit, but at the end of the day, she has Bobby, and this is what was best for the both of them. And he needed to live in his truth, whether he was with that guy or whoever the next guy will be. So yeah, y'all. That was it. The show was so good the other night. That was Monday night. It was so good. I really enjoyed it. I know I normally put them up on Wednesdays because I've been eating Tuesday off, y'all. I'm trying to fit in a live this week, y'all. I mean, I know a lot of y'all won't watch this video. Most of y'all will watch my Black Ink Crew video, but I'm gonna try to work in a live. Also, I want to send a special birthday you know, happy birthday, special happy birthday to Miss Jenna Brooks, one of my followers. She's been following for a long time. She's always so sweet and so supportive, and I just love her. You know, we love each other from afar. So I wanted to tell her happy birthday, and if she doesn't see it in this one, I'll probably mention it at the beginning of Black Ink Crew if I remember. But love you, Jenna, and I love everybody. I love y'all so much for y'all support of my channel. I'm actually rethinking this whole GoFundMe shit because it's like, bitch need a vacation, and it ain't in the books right now. So I might figure something out. Might do a live, or you know, do my GoFundMe and my PayPal, or you know, my whatever. You know, work it out. We're gonna figure it out. But I love y'all. I love the support. I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna keep trying to give y'all good content. And 911 is a part of that good content. I know I don't get as many views on this, but I really like doing this show, and I want to continue to do it. So if you know somebody who likes the show, please share the review. All right. Thank you. See y'all in the next one.